Today we're going to be making some modifications to the LumaStep M2 running boards that I recently installed on my Trail Boss. The first modification we're going to install is their new puddle light harness. As of right now, the running board LED lights will not come on when the truck's light sensor picks up that it is daytime. They will only come on at night with the factory headlights when opening the door. The only problem I have noticed in some cases is that the headlights aren't always on when you open the door at night. So then the LED light on the boards also doesn't come on, so this harness fixes that issue. Another thing that this harness changes is when you open the door, you will no longer have the boot up sequence come on every time you open the door. You will have instant light. This plug and play harness will go in between the existing wiring and will allow the LED lights to come on all the time, even during the day. So let's get to the first install. This is where I installed the inline harness. I took some tie wraps to secure it out of the way. Here's the other side of the harness. I've got that tie wrapped out of the way, so we should be good to go. Well, that was crazy easy. Now when the boards come down, the light will come on whether it's day or night, and you will no longer get the boot up sequence just by opening the door. We can go ahead and test that. Open up the door. Notice you have instant light and you did not get a boot up sequence. So when they retract back up, the light will go out, and then here in a couple of seconds, you'll get the lock. And that's pretty cool. Now let's move on to the next modification. I installed an aux beam switch panel a while back on the channel. Well, these boards have a rock light function, and what that allows for is you to turn on the LED light, whether it be day or night. Now they already come on at night, but it will bypass the amber turn signal and it will always keep the LED strip white. Now, if you want this feature and you don't have a switch panel, they do offer a switch that you can run inside the truck. Let's open up the hood and see which wires need to get connected. Luckily, the wiring harness that connects to the headlights already has the connection to tap into, so I ran a wire from the driver and passenger side headlight connection, stripped the wire and twisted them together. I also went ahead and soldered the two wires together and connected them to an open slot. You only have to connect them to the positive side. The negative connection is already made within the wiring harness. I've got the aux beam app pulled up. I labeled it right here, beer. I mean, why not? It's one of the label options. So if we turn that on, it works. So we've got the rock light working perfectly. Let's turn it off. And it goes off. One other thing we need to check is to make sure that it does bypass the turn signal. So if we turn that on, you see the white light come on. The turn signal is still going on the mirror. So I'll turn that off and it picks right back up. So the rock light function on the Boost Auto beer boards is working perfectly. Now that we have full functionality of the boards, I'd like to give my 1 month review on them. The first thing I want to start off with is when you open the front door or the rear door, there's been no problems with the boards coming down and going back up. And I'll show you that on the rear. It works just the same. I've also had no problem with the stay down function, and that's when you open the door and you close it and you put your foot on there and it keeps the board down. So this is good if you're wanting to wash your boards. It's a lot easier, and then you just simply open the door back up, close it, and then it will retract back. Having these boards on with my rock lights adds a ton of light going down the road, and it's great to have the rock light option now if I want to always keep the boards matching the 8-pod rock light kit that I have on the truck. The only complaint I have going to these boards instead of my amp power boards I had was that those were 6 inches wide. These Boost Auto boards are 5 inches wide. Now that doesn't sound like a big difference, but once you've had the 6-inch wide board, you do notice that difference when you're stepping in and out of the truck. But overall, I really do like these Boost Auto boards on the truck. I think they're stylish. I love the foam pad it comes with. I've washed it a couple times. I've had no issues with it coming clean. I really love having that LED strip down the side, and the boot up sequence is a really cool feature when you remote start the truck. It's also nice having the Boost Auto tow mirrors that also runs the boot sequence at the same time. The look and design of both of those products really adds to the truck. If you haven't seen my install video on the boards, feel free to check that out on the channel. Until next time, see y'all.